Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yus Amir Farhan bin Muhammad Asri, and today I will present for the chapter 6 first, which is Mathematics of Finance. So, the definition of time value of money. It means that a dollar received today is worth more than a dollar received in the future. And and understanding of the time value of money is essential in financial management as it will enable us to understand how shares and bonds are value of a new project is determined and etc. So for the future value and compounding. Future value refers to the amount of money an investment will grow to over some period of time at some given interest rate. Compounding is the process of accumulating interest on an investment over time to earn more interest. Compound interest means interest earned on both the initial principal and the interest reinvested from prior periods. In contrast, if interest is earned only on the initial investment, it is called simple interest. So next, remember, future cash flows are assumed to occur at the end of the time period during which they accrue. For example, if a cash flow of Rm 1000 occurs in time period 3, which is the beginning of time period 4, cash flows that occur in time is T symbol and occur now and is the present value D occur. Okay, so for the discounting and present value, the present value is the value today is of the sum of money to be received in the future. This can be referred to as discounting. Discounting determines the present value of a future sum, assuming an opportunity to earn a certain return on the value. The annual rate of return can be referred to as the discount rate, required return, cost of capital, or opportunity. For the annuities, an annuity is a stream of equal value cash flows over a specified period of time. These cash flows are usually annual but may also have intervals. Example, monthly and may be inflows or outflows. And the two types of annuities now. First is ordinary annuity. Cash flows occur at the end of each period. And the second annuities is annuity due, which is cash flows occur at the beginning of each period. The future value of an annuity due always higher than the future value of an ordinary annuity. Why? Because the cash flows for an annuity due occur 1 year earlier than for an ordinary annuity, and therefore can earn interest for an additional year. So this is the different compounding discount or discounting periods. The annually, which is K per M, is 12%, while N times M is 2. The semi-annually is 6%, and 4 for N times M. The quarterly is 3% for K per M, and 8 for N times M. Monthly is 1% for K per M, and 24 for N times M. And last but not least for this chapter is daily is 0.033% for K per M, while 720 for N times M. That's all for chapter 6. Now we go to chapter 7, which is working capital management. The WCM, working capital management, involves day-to-day decision regarding investment in current assets, CA. Working capital management, which means total current assets, example marketable securities, cash, inventories, and receivables. Net working capital equal to current assets minus current liabilities. It increased current assets equal to profitability, which is lower, while liquidity is higher. If increase in current liabilities, which is source of finance, it will become the profitability will become higher while liquidity become lower. So for the working capital policy, managing working capital involves risk return trade-off, amount of current assets and source of financing. Working capital will affect the firm's profitability and liquidity. So it also have relaxed policy, which is low risk policy. It maintains large amount of current assets with flexible credit policy, high liquidity and potentially low for profitability. So now we go to approaches to working capital management. This is maturing matching, which is hedging. Matches the maturity of the assets with the maturity of financing. From use temporary financing to finance temporary current asset and permanent financing to finance permanent assets. This approach results in moderate rates with moderate returns. And the second is aggressive. This strategy involves more risk as it's short term, which is temporary financing to finance some permanent current assets. Higher level of temporary financing, which is short term liabilities, is used to finance assets in this strategy. This strategy poses high risk and high return. This approach offers lowest level of risk compared to for the conservative. This approach offers lowest level of risk compared to other working capital approaches. The firm is assured of the availability of funds even during period of tight money supply. This strategy poses low risk and low return. That's all for me to be present for the chapter 6 and 7. Thank you so much. I hope I have made the best choice to create the slides and to present to all of you. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.